Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Today, I think we're going to do a post-mortem on a reel. This one is the Berkley 4201. It's in very nice condition. The problem is that it's seized. You can't move the handle, and in fact, looks like the handle snapped off with somebody trying to move the main gear. So I've tried to move the main gear. That's not working, and I've also tried to move this anti-reverse switch, which also is not working. So this one's a little bit of a mystery, and I think we'll try and go through and find out what's going on, and we'll see if this reel can be repaired. But in my experiences, this one's going to be tough, and I'm not sure. There's a couple of things you find when you open up a reel, and there's a couple of theories that you have going into it. So the first one, you say, okay, it's going to be dried grease. But you know what? The rotor is turning. If this was dried grease, you wouldn't have a turning rotor. Now, the rotor is turning, but the axle shaft is not going up and down. Okay, well, you would think maybe there's a broken crosswind block in here. The crosswind block works off the main gear, and it moves up and down. Well, if the crosswind block was broken, that wouldn't be the cause for the main gear not spinning. So there's something more going on here. So let's take the reel apart. Let's see what we can see, and let's find out what's going on here. I'm just going to start by taking off the top. This is a good time to suggest to you that if you like fishing reel repair videos like this one, if you subscribe to my channel, you'll see a lot of them. I try to post on a regular basis, and lately with the pandemic and all, I've been posting on a daily basis. And those posts, if you subscribe, you're going to see them up front in your recommended videos package. And if you hit the notification button, you'll see all the time when they become available, and you can be among the first to watch. All right, I've taken the first 3 side plate screws out. I've taken the spool off. Let's go see what's going on underneath here. Well, that certainly doesn't look like dried grease, interestingly enough. But there's a lot that makes you wonder. I think we have a broken main gear. I'm looking here, and all I see is a whole bunch of spider cracks that looks like it's pushed the main gear off. It's actually valleyed in on that. And curiously enough, and this is going to be hard for you to see, but the main gear is not contacting the back of the pinion gear. So I would normally expect to see something like stripped teeth either on the pinion gear or the main gear in this situation, where your rotor is turning but the main gear and the rest of it is not turning. You would usually expect to see a broken pinion gear. That's not the case. And it's not the case with the main gear, but clearly there's a valley here. This should be a nice flat surface, and it's not. So let's continue on with that, and let's see if there's anything else we can find as we do this. We're going to take off the screw here. The screw here is going to pull the axle shaft in. We can pull the axle, should be able to pull the axle shaft out. There we go. Not an easy task. It takes some time. That axle shaft is going to give us access to the nut. And you're going to need a deep socket for this, because that nut is below the lip. You won't be able to get a open end wrench or the like in there. So use a deep socket. I keep those on my desk all the time. And we'll just take that off. I'm just going to continue. We're going to just try and see what we got here. I'm going to take the crosswind block off, and the crosswind block was not the issue, but you can certainly see the damaged main gear now. It's just almost totally cracked. I'm just trying to get to the point where we can see if we can move the main gear. I don't know what broke. I don't know how that broke. And my curiosity always gets me with this, in terms of why why fishing reels break and how do you repair them. And if you have a question on this reel or any reel in particular, maybe you're working on a broken fishing reel, can't quite figure out what the cause of it is, well, leave it in the comments section and I will try to answer those questions for you. Those of you that are wondering where these pieces and parts go, I keep a fast food tray just off to the side that acts as a parts tray, and that's where all my pieces and parts go. And I don't have any hope of getting this reel back together again because of that broken main gear, but I do want to see what the causes were here. Well, next thing I want to see is if I can get this pinion gear out. And I'm not having a lot of luck with that. Now, I did show you one the other day that says without injuring the reel, you can generally find a wooden dowel at the base of that pinion gear and you can tap it out. So I'm going to try that right now. And this is going to unfortunately be off camera because I use my workman's vise to hold the shoulders of it while I do that. So let me see if I can. Can't just get that out. And we were able to do that. We were able to bring that out. And I'm examining the teeth now. And those teeth are uniform. Those teeth did not break there. The bearing is moving, and you can see that there was no damage done by using that dowel peg to tap it out with a soft blow hammer. What did come out, interestingly enough, is the screw shaft for the handle, which broke off. Now, we did show you on another episode how somebody has actually put a kind of a stove bolt in there to act as a pseudo handle. Well, this is still not working, but here's your example. Here's exactly what happened, and you can only see that when you take the rest of this reel apart. That is some major issue there with the main gear, right? It's just totally collapsed and broken down. As a matter of fact, I'm sure it's in pieces now. Yeah, so there's no way that this reel can be repaired without replacing the main gear, and I would very much worry if we were to go and just try and find a replacement main gear at this point, because there's just everything is kind of broken up here. I don't know what caused that. I've never seen something come to the effect where it's just collapsed, that it's just broken away. This thing is still not turning, and I'm not going to risk breaking a screwdriver or something over trying to get it to turn, other than we'll just take one here. Well, now you can see the whole of the main gear is broken off here. So something really strange happened there. I don't know what it is. I do know that the answer to replacing this is to replace the main gear. The Berkley 4201 not available anymore for pieces and parts. So in all honesty, this one's probably just an example of why fishing reels fail. So I hope you've learned something from that, a little bit about problem diagnosis and the like. And I'll just file this away in my collective institutional memory, and I'll try to remember exactly why or how fishing reels fail, this being an interesting one. As I said, I've never seen a main gear come across or come out like pie crust. So there you go. All right, so for everybody who's working to keep us safe during the pandemic, the essential workers and medical personnel and everybody in uniform, thank you for everything it is that you do. To everybody, please stay safe, stay well, and stay watching. This is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Have a great day.